After more than 9 months of using tents as temporary classrooms, students of the H.J. Robinson High School in Grand Turk now have state-of-the-art, air-conditioned, carpeted learning rooms. The rooms were donated by the Cruz Center in light of the recent damage done to the school after Hurricane Ike in 2008. The school's principal, Renwald Lewis, tells News 4 that the school has come a long way.
Rain was an issue. The wind was an issue, and basically the atmospheric conditions were an issue. And you reverse it and come into a classroom that is properly, well, ventilation wouldn't necessarily be an issue in here, but it's lit properly, and you have, it's cool. I mean, that in itself allows teachers to do more, because you don't have to contend with children who are hot, sticky, sweaty, or cold.
The Cruz Center donated 4 classrooms constructed from trailers and built to accommodate more than 120 students in total. While the new classroom shows signs of full recovery for the high school, Lewis says that there are challenges that are keeping the school from finishing its newest building.
The tenders were supposed to be in by the end of this month, which would have left 2 to 3 weeks for all of the other processes that government has to go. So truthfully, maybe by the end of June that building would start. The tentative finish date for it would be 4 months plus. That is considering how the hurricane season treats us. But it won't be ready for September.
Lewis further says that if the rooms are not completed by the start of the new school year, the school may have to turn students away or risk overpopulation.
I'll still be officeless. The vice principal will still be officeless. But as far as the students are concerned, as long as right now, all of the classes are, all of the rooms, we have the existing rooms are occupied. The only rooms that aren't occupied at this juncture are 2 classrooms that we've had to set aside for CXC. Now, with those two rooms, what happens come September is, if we'll get more than likely about 4 new groups coming in. When those 4 new groups comes in, we only have 2 vacant classrooms. So depending on whether or not, when that new building starts, that they are able to do something for, which I doubt, for September, for August 31st, we might have to start the new school year with only 2, and we can only take in 2, maybe 3 at the most of the forms that are going to come in.
While educational officials say they are addressing the matter,
we are happy that the students finally have some sort of shelter, because the condition that they were in were rather deplorable. And it was a long time coming, but they're finally here, and we are thankful.
Students who once occupied the dirty tent say their new learning environment allows them to better focus on schoolwork, and they are just as happy to be out of the heat.
Inside these containers, they are much better than the tent, because when it rains, we don't have to run to any shelter to prevent us from getting wet.
They were they weren't clean at all. It was very hot, sometimes very cool, and when it rained, we always got wet.
As these students move on, the gloomy scenery of their once hot and dirty classrooms is now a thing of the past. For WIV4 News, I'm Angie Toussaint.